to My RC Life, where we do all things RC and a little bit of everything in between. Let's go!
Holy cow. You know, when looking at the size of this truck, the largeness, a lot of people say it never gets old. That's true, until you're carrying the damn thing. I got the motor finally arrived here at the house, and I got the ESC in. I'm just waiting for the motor mount from Johnny Crash Racing to show up. So I'm going to go ahead and start ripping this turd of a 50cc motor out of this thing. Even though I've upgraded it a little tiny bit, it does run a lot better than stock. But it's still so underwhelming compared to electric. I mean, come on. If your head's in the universe today, you know where the power's at. I'm kidding. Some of those GT350s and those RC Max 80s, I mean, they rip. But I'm just into the electric, man. So we're going to start tearing this thing apart and get this motor out of here. Okay, so here we have our 410 kV motor from TP Power. I do have a water cooling jacket for this if I want to make it water cooled. I got some pretty big motors that are close to the size of a Coke can, but this thing is literally pretty much the same size as a 12 fluid ounce can of Coke. I mean, it makes my hand look like a baby hand. I look like I got Donald Trump hands. I'm running the Beast Pro 300 amp by ZTW. A lot of people have had problems with this. Not me. The biggest problem people are having with this is it says not to run it below a certain kV onto a certain kV motor. Right in the instructions. You can't pair this to like an 1100 kV motor or a 1200 kV motor or higher. I think it says 800 kV or 1000 kV is the highest motor that this can be paired to. Alright guys, right there, Beast Pro 300 amp ESC cannot be used on any motors over 800 kV. Now, Kevin Talbot had two of these hooked onto a speed run car. I left a comment in the last video he made where he put one of these that was already installed into his speed run car. He installed it into his Raminator. And it ended up burning up in his Raminator too. Well, I told him, I said, I think it was probably already damaged because his speed run car, now don't quote me on this, but the motors were like in the 3000 kV area. And that's exactly why people are having problems with this. No motors higher than 800 kV. So if you put this to a Hobby Wing 1100, it's going to kill it. If you put this to a stock X-Max motor, it's going to kill it. You need to put this 800 kV or less. I run this in my 12S Arma. I've ran it on 8S and 10S one time. All the other times, I've ran it on 12S repeatedly. Look at all my videos. That thing, the ESC, has no problems. It runs cool. It has no issues. I don't have it turned all the way up with the program card as far as the punch level. I got it turned up respectively, but not all the way up. And I've never had any problems with it. So we're going to try this in this big beast. And if it don't work, then maybe we'll get a flyer. Or I don't really want to get an MGM because I don't really think they're made for bashing. And yeah, I hope Kev sees this and maybe he'll give the ZTWs another shot. You never know. Alright, I'm going to flip on the time lapse and just tear this thing down because everybody's made a video of tearing these things apart. I wanted to jump in here for a second and let you guys know that Kevin Talbot did know that he was pushing these ESCs to where they weren't supposed to be. He mentioned it in his 203 mile an hour RC car build, one of the videos, that the ESC was only supposed to go to an 800 or below kV motor, and that he indeed did have 3200 kV motors in his car. And I in no way bashing Kev. I'm a fan of his. I watch all his videos. Not knocking him in any way. He was just trying new things out and seeing if it would work. So yeah, just wanted to make that clear to everybody. Alright, so I'm starting by getting these middle support bars taken off the top up here. Then I gotta get the torch out because everyone knows how the Loctite is on these Raminators. So I'm just heating bolts up with my butane torch, trying to take this chain case cover off, unbolting the motor, and these motor bolts need a little bit of heat as well, and some more heat on another bolt. You can see my dog there in the bottom left hand corner. She likes to sit on her pillow down there while I work on the car. There we go. Turn the truck around. Get the other few bolts out of those cross member bars. You take this whole red skull shaped part of the chassis right out of the truck. Taking all those link bars off, and a little bit more heat. Found another stuck bolt. Okay, after we got that skull-shaped piece down, I need to take the throttle servo off because we're not going to be using that anymore. A little bit of heat. Again, I do unbolt the reverse servo as well, just so I can get the whole plate out of my way. Of course, with more heat. But it's better than stripping out a bolt, you know what I mean? Okay, now I'm unbolting the braces that hold the motor to the transmission. Kind of up underneath there, they're hard to get to. I'm unbolting some of the pipe and the gas tank, pulling those fuel lines off, and I do get a little bit of a mess going on. I run out and go get a towel here in a minute, I thought. There's the towel. I knew I made a mess. Okay, and I've just about got this thing all apart. The motor's going to be coming out right now. It's done.
Well, a lot of people have problems getting this motor in and out, but that's just over 30 minutes on time. It was on time lapse, but yeah, just over 30 minutes and I got this thing out. I don't do it the exact way that Primal says. I do it just a little bit different. I feel like I'm a little bit more efficient that way, doing it my specific way. The Beast Pro has brakes, which like the MGM, I don't think the MGM has brakes. And the Beast Pro also has reverse. And I'm not using the clutch because the Johnny Crash kit does not utilize the clutch. It's going to be a direct drive. So I will probably get rid of the reverse servo as well. Put that reverse lockout piece in the transmission. And then I'll just have reverses going forward like that, you know. And the only thing bad about that is if I do that, I will not be able to use these brakes. But I do believe that the brakes on the ESC ought to stop this thing good enough. But we'll see. Okay, now that we got it back to this side, we got to take off
this little C-clip or E-clip, whatever you want to call it. And then that'll allow us to slide the clutch out. Okay. Put my hand behind the E-clip so it don't fly off when I pry it off. And the same thing on the bottom one too. Yeah, the whole chain assembly will have to come off. Alright, slide the whole chain assembly off. Okay, set that up to the side. There is an Allen head on this back side. It may have been a good idea to leave the chain drive on so this don't spin while I'm trying to take the Allen head off. What I can do is just put this on, not put the clips on. So that's what I'm going to do, just to help so it don't spin. Put this in reverse. There it comes. Came right out, look at that. So after that comes out, it's got a little jobby there. And the whole clutch should come right out, just like that. Man, look at how much Loctite they put on these things. I mean, you can't even see the threads right there. They put so much Loctite on it. Take my bearing off of here, put that back on the truck. All right, look at that, man. Plenty of room for activities. The motor mount is going to set right up inside of here because, like I said, the clutch bell is not going to be in here. So the motor mount is going to sit inside of here almost kind of like the clutch bell would. And this gear here will be on the back side. It's going to have a little stub shaft that'll go in here. And it's going to bolt right down on the motor, the stub shaft is. And then the motor is going to bolt down to the motor mount kit. Just like so. Something like that. So yeah, I'm not going to have to cut this whole red, this red piece here. A lot of people will cut it right there for the MGM kit. I'm not going to have to do that. That's pretty cool. I should have plenty of room. And then up here where the gas tank was, they send you some sort of plate. I'll know more when the kit comes. So I can't wait until that kit comes. It was in California, or heading to California on Monday. Today is Thursday. I'm hoping it's going to be here by like Tuesday at the latest. Fingers crossed. With COVID and stuff, you never know. So, all right. But until the next part of the video. All right, guys. It's been several weeks later. I don't even want to go over all of the crap I went through trying to get this kit sent to me. I paid for the extra shipping to get it shipped faster. I might as well have just went with the freaking extra turtle slow shipping. It was ridiculous. And while that's not exactly Johnny Crash's fault, I did have a real hard time getting them to cooperate with me. I asked them to make an insurance claim and send me another kit. They wouldn't. I asked for the info to get the insurance so I could try to get the insurance claim. They wouldn't. It was basically up to me. And I'm sure if they're watching the video, he's going to be down there in the comments just typing away because he sure did a lot of this on Facebook. But I ended up finally getting the kit. And another thing is they said you could not bolt a non-MGM motor up to this kit. But if you waited for their new kit, they had a new something coming, and then you could buy that. TP power bolted up to the kit. Well then, they seen this on Facebook. My warranty's void. What the hell kind of warranty does a hunk of metal have anyways? You know what? I did this by trade for many years of my life. I went to schooling for machining. I'm not working in a machine shop now, but I do have a few family members that all have machine shops that I can access. Okay, so the diameter of this motor is a little bit smaller than an MGM kit. So, as you can see, this ain't gonna clamp down quite as hard. So what I was gonna do was just remove a little bit of material here, so this would clamp down a little bit more. But I didn't really like the whole idea of that. So what we had done, machine this out of a piece of plastic nylon. It goes nice and tight on the motor. And then it still utilizes everything they had from Johnny Crash. You got the rubber O-ring still in there. And it goes on there and fits in there nice and snug. Bam. And I can move this down, tighten up that bolt. I never even had to modify anything to do with their kit there. And then next, these holes right here, they're spaced at 30 millimeter. So that won't work with this kit, because these holes are spaced at 45. Okay, well, these holes here are spaced at 45 millimeter. So I took 2 of these out, and I was able to get this to line up, and I was able to get 2 bolts in. Well, as soon as somebody from Johnny Crash seen that on Facebook, they said, "Oh, void warranty, void warranty. You don't got all 4 of the bolts in. We're voiding your warranty." So I said, "All right, I got your warranty." First of all, I said, "What kind of warranty does a hunk of steel have anyways? I mean, you know, what kind of warranty does this have?" I mean, if you break it, I don't think that's warranted. If you like bust an ear off, I don't think that's going to be covered under warranty. Anyways, but just to see what they would say, I went ahead and got this bad boy here made up. Alright, so now, essentially, this is going to bolt up. It's going to hit all 6 of my motor holes. All 6 of them. Alright? And as you can see, this stuff, I mean, I know how to indicate my parts in. I know how to tram a head on a machine. I know how to run a CNC machine. You know, it's not that hard to do that kind of stuff. It's just getting somewhere to run the machine. All right. As you can see, if you can hear, there's no slop whatsoever. I mean, it's right to the numbers. I mean, you know, it's perfect. So, bolt this on. So that's bolted on. All right, and then this is gonna set in there just like that. And I got 12 different holes tapped in here, so I can essentially clock it any way I want to. And then this is gonna bolt down now with all 4 holes. All right, just like a regular motor should. So I sent this, the guy who's running Johnny Crash, their Facebook Messenger. Do I have my warranty now? Nope. Oh, I thought it was just because the 2 bolts. Now he's saying because it's of tolerances. Well, you seen the tolerances on there. I couldn't even move the goddamn adapter plate inside the hole. It's tight tolerances. It's perfectly true. So anyways, whatever. Obviously, I wouldn't send it back to them anyways. I literally waited 5 times longer than I was supposed to get this. I would never, ever, ever send it back to them. I don't care if it's busted right off. I would take that shit back together myself. Anyhow, so let's go ahead and get this in the Raminator. You know, I've been waiting long enough to get this damn thing together. Let's get it in. Just a little bit of red Loctite there. Might be a little bit much. Wipe a little bit off. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and
Get this set on up in here. All right, so that's in there. Go ahead and get that back in and slide this back in there. Perfect. Now this is obviously, I'm gonna have to move this around and get my, there's bolts that bolt onto here and stuff, but this is movable, you know, can slide back and forth on the motor. Okay, the two short ones go up here and here. And your two longer ones, they go right here and here. All right, slide her all on just like that. Okay, perfect. I'll go ahead and get this slid back on. And for the bottom one, that goes right back on just like so. Alright everybody, this is going to have to be a two-part video, so you'll have to come back for the next part of making the Raminator great again. Thanks for watching another episode of My RC Life. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.